Hey there, my gorgeous peeps on Instagram. It's so good to see you. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well on this January blistery day here in Philadelphia. I don't know where it's like where you are. And hey there, my gorgeous peeps on Facebook. It's so good to be here with you. You're looking good. You're looking toasty and warm. I don't know where you're joining us from, but we have peeps, design lovers, and design professionals joining us from all over the country. And I always love being here with you. I'm Donna Hoffman. They call me the Interior Design Advocate, and I am one of the leading interior design coaches for design business owners as well as design lovers working on their own home. When I am not coaching, I am running a luxury interior design company here in the Philadelphia region of the United States. So I am in the trenches. I am walking the walk, not just talking the talk. So whether I'm coaching one of my designers to up-level her business in ways she never dreamed possible, or whether I'm breaking down design theory for a design lover who's working on your own home, I know how to do it because it's what I do 24/7. So every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, I like to stop what I'm doing here at the design studio. Not always easy to do because I actually have a conference call to pop into in a little while, but I like to stop what we're doing, put a pin in it so I can come out and talk to you about something that is on your mind, on your gorgeous mind. And I get a lot of questions from design business owners as well as from lay people working on your own home about subcontractors. I know it can be dicey waters, and I love subcontractors. Give me a good craftsman, a good craftswoman. Oh, subcontractors are the bomb. They're the best. This is how we make our projects look amazing. This is how we thrill our clients. This is how you, working on your own home, get results that you go, I just love this to bits. Well, there's a lot of pressure as an interior design business owner when your client says, who should I use for this wallpaper installation? Or I need a great painter. Who do you know? Or, hey, I need to, get a gym planned. Who do you like? It's kind of scary giving out a name as an interior design business owner because any name you give out, it's a real reflection on you. And it's really expensive to create every new client that comes to your company. It's expense, marketing expense, networking expense, time expense. And then once you have a client, you want to do everything you can to keep them very happy. So giving out a name that could possibly disappoint your clients, that's scary stuff. And so when a workroom or subcontractor that you really trust suddenly retires, you go, oh no, who am I going to work with now? Who am I going to trust and know has my back now, right? So it's a pressure. So today's talk, although it's geared toward interior design professionals, let me tell you, if you're one of my DIY design lovers, you should be hearing this because a lot of what I'm going to be sharing applies to you, perhaps in some slightly different ways, and I'll even put it into a slightly different spin or perspective toward the end of my talk today. All right, and if you have questions about subcontractors, hiring one, if you want to share a nightmare story that you've had, once in a while they happen, but the good thing about sharing those stories is they're a learning curve experience for everyone else. So let's talk about what I think are the absolute must-do safeguards for a design professional when it comes to finding your ideal subcontractors to recommend into client projects. Number one, you have to ask colleagues first. Who do you know? Who have you worked with? Who do you trust on this? And once you get a name or two from them, then you want to ask the hard questions. Has anything gone wrong on a project? If so, what did they do to correct it? Ask questions about the experience of working with this subcontractor. Don't just take them at their word, oh, he's great or she's great. Tell me what it's like to work with them. Tell me how organized they are. Do they dot their I's, cross their T's? How's their client service? How's their customer service? You really want to grill the person who's giving you the recommendation on process and experience. The next place I would go for recommendations is one or two clients that you really trust to say, listen, haven't talked to you for a while, hope you're well. It's a great reason to get in touch with the client again. And I want you to know a client of mine just asked for a home gym design resource. And the group we had been using just retired, or the group we had been using has been bought by a new company and I don't like their work anymore. I remember you worked with somebody that you really liked. Tell me who you worked with. What was it like? How did you like working with them? And again, ask for experience and also process. What was the process like? Then once you have a name or two or three of this new subcontractor that you're going to be, looking to add to your bus, if you will, your offerings, you want to talk to them about process and their work philosophies and ask them the hard questions. What do you like doing on the job? What don't you like doing on the job? What do you think is your sweet spot? What do you think is hard for you? What types of jobs do you like? What types of jobs don't you like? You don't want to refer, I don't know, a kitchen group into a master bathroom if they say don't give me a master bath if it's less than a $30,000, or $50,000 or $150,000 primary bathroom, right? I've never heard of a $30,000 primary bathroom in my world where I practice. So just not trying to scare you with the numbers. I just threw that in there, and I know some design professionals saying 30,000 for a primary bath. What's she smoking? It just flew out of my mouth. Anyway, so you want to ask that the individual themselves to talk you through their process. What do they like? What don't they like, etc. Ask for references at this point. And you want to speak to not less than 3 references. And when you speak to those references, you want to ask the hard questions. Anything ever happen on the job with so-and-so that you weren't happy with? If so, what was done to correct it? Things can go wrong. And sometimes things go wrong because of honest COVID glitch or human error, but not negligence. Someone can trip and lose their footing. I mean, that's not necessarily negligence. So you want to find out what went wrong, and if anything, and then what was done to correct it. And you want to ask the question, would you hire this person again? So reference is really important. So if you're getting the idea so far, then when it comes to finding the best subcontractors as an interior design business owner, that it's a legwork heavy thing, it is. You need to vet. You need to know that you are recommending the best and the people you believe in, because it is a direct reflection on you as an interior designer and as an interior design business owner. So you need to really make sure that you feel good about this person. And if possible, if you can test out this person in your own home on a small job, always a good thing to do. Get that painter to come in and paint a small something in your home. Get that carpet installer. Can he do something or she do something in your home before you bring them out into the world to clients? You switching to a new upholstery workroom. Can you have them reupholster, I don't know, a small ottoman in your home or in your office or something? Can you throw them into something small in your own life to test them out? Make yourself the guinea pig if you can. Not always possible, but if it can be done, it just throw that out there to you. And lastly, I would say that as an interior design business owner, it's better to be important to few resources than unimportant to many. Rather than having 10 painters that you recommend so they hear from you, once in a while, have 1 or 2 painters that you lean into so that when they're on one of your jobs, you throw them enough work that they're going to just bend over backwards to really try to do right by your clients and give you the service that you want and meet with you to look at how the seaming is going to go in, on some wallpaper, that sort of thing. I believe this is true even for your furniture vendors and so forth. Better to be important to few resources rather than unimportant to many. And so I hope for the design business owners out there, this doesn't scare you, that this amount of legwork, it's going to come back to you and pay great dividends. Now, I sometimes get asked the question, should you work with referral fees if you recommend a painter or a wallpaper installer and so forth? And by and large, I don't recommend it. It's not a significant enough. It's not like it's a significant amount of money is going to make a difference in your life. And I think it's better to have a real clean relationship, to be able to say to a client, I have no attachment to your hiring Chris to do your painting, but I know when he's on a job, I sleep well at night. I have no attachment to your hiring Sheila as your electrician, but I know she's really fantastic. And when she's on the job, things just go well. So I think it's nice to be able to say that to a client. Alrighty. So if you're a DIY design lover and you're listening to this thinking, holy hell, how do I find a good subcontractor? If you missed any portion of this, go back and look at it on YouTube. You can find us as the Interior Design Advocate. And then, you're not going to ask a colleague for recommendations the way a designer would, but you can ask people you work with, friends, family, neighbors, Who have you worked with? What do you think of them? What went right? What went wrong? Would you hire this person again? Check references. Check with the Better Business Bureau. Make sure there are no liens against this person or complaint against this group. Oh, something else as a DIY design lover, but also to you as a business owner, designer, professional. I wouldn't go with the lowest cost group as the group you recommend. I go with the best group that you can afford as a DIY designer working on your own home. And I say the same thing to you as a designer. Recommend the best. There's a reason that the lowest cost group is the lowest cost. And you don't want that shoddy work to be a reflection on you. It's just not worth the headache. So you can say, listen, I love this painter. He tends to price out somewhere in the middle to the upper middle. This painter prices out at the top, but I trust both of them. I think they're both really good resources. You know, see what you think of them. So again, if you're a DIY design lover working on your own, checking people's credentials, checking people's references, an absolute must. And also for both sides of the fence, professional as well as DIY-er, make sure whoever you're hiring is insured and bonded. Yes, you want to make sure they have a certificate of insurance to be doing what they're doing. Oh gosh, years and years and years ago, I made the mistake of joining a networking group. I thought it'd be a really great opportunity as I was building my business. It was a total waste of money, just about. And it was the kind of thing where you have to be in a group and there's the insurance agent and everybody else is in the group. And you have to recommend people within the group, give them a tip or a referral. Well, shortly after I left the groups, I said, this just isn't working. It's not worth my time. And I can support a lot of people in this group, but I'm not really finding it's a great thing for my company. The electrician in that group was in the group. Therefore, he was getting work thrown to him. I didn't throw work to him because I loved my electrician and already knew, liked, and trusted my electrician. Let me tell you, this guy started a fire at someone's home and there was a huge lawsuit, huge insurance claim. So I would just because somebody gives you a name, I know this guy, do not assume they're good. Do your due diligence. All right. So there it is. So if you have a question you'd like to ask me on this topic, please feel free to pop it in. I'm not going to be able to stay on too long today because I have a presentation to give to a client on Zoom in about 15 minutes or so. All right. And also I do want to let you know, oh my gosh, exciting news that there's been an overwhelming response to my new free workshop, how to build the 3 keys to build your Rockstar interior design business. We had to add another session on Thursday. So please feel free to head over to the registration page, hop in. Yeah, so exciting things. And I'm doing all of that. This free workshop is great. It is packed with great info. And if you're a design business owner under a lot of stress and you really want to see what's going on, get underneath it, this is a workshop you shouldn't miss. It will change your perspective on yourself in a good way in the industry and give you some great takeaway as well. And it's how I'm kicking off my brand new Successful Design Business Academy, my 6-month academy for design business owners who really want to rock it in 2022. So there it is. All right, so let's see who's here, what kind of questions there are, yada, yada, yada. I don't think I can see my questions. I can't see my questions. I can't see my questions. Something's off on Steve. I can't see any of the comments inside of this. Oh, well, sorry, Facebook. If you're typing in questions, my screen is blankety blank, blank, blank. So let me see what's happening on, wait, what does this say? Does it say post? No, 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 post details. I don't know. I don't know what went wrong there. Gotta love tech. Sorry, Facebook. All right, Insta, you're asking, can you touch on the business side of hiring a subcontractor specifically when it comes to 1099s? All righty. I don't think you should do that. Who is asking me this? Sandra Boston, 1964. Sandra Boston, I am going to tell you what I think, not what I think you want to hear. You got to be real careful about calling yourself a GC, a general contractor. You cannot call yourself that. You can call yourself a design director. I help you make all of your selections, but I would not, as an interior designer, deal with 1099s where people are paying the wallpaper installer through you. I think it gets too messy, especially since your wallpaper installer can be hired by the general public. So their neighbor Sally might use them and pay one rate, and now you're going to mark up this same person who's doing business with the public as well. I think it's messy. I have a problem with it ethically. I think it's much cleaner to say, okay, this is the wallpaper I suggest, and I will provide the wallpaper for you. So I don't deal with 1099s. The only people who I pay on 1099s in my company, one of my team members actually works for me part-time, so she is a 1099. My consultants and my marketing consulting group, somebody who works on some of my social media, those are 1099ers. But painters, gym designers, who else? Electricians, plumbers, you name, specialty painters, wallpaper installers, rug installers. None of these people, when I recommend, and I have my clients pay them directly. I am not a builder. I do not want to manage an electrician. I want to be able to say to an electrician, hey, we need a good lighting plan here, and I'm looking for this quality lighting, or gee, I need this fixture hung to X, number of inches above the table or off the floor. I want to be the design director. I am not a builder. That is not my background. I do not want to dig down into the weeds of hiring plumbers and then sending them out. So Sandra, that's just not a business model I embrace, so I can't give you advice there. But it is an excellent question. It's an excellent question. And Sandra, I hope you'll join me for my free workshop, The 3 Keys to Build Your Rockstar Interior Design Business. I think there are a lot of things that we as designers do as creatives and sensitives that get in our own way and definitely are success blocking. And I honestly know without a doubt that there is a way to lean into your sensitivity and creativity as a designer to actually catapult your success, to create momentum in your success. It's an extraordinary thing. So there it is. So I hope you'll join me. The free workshop, how I'm kicking it off is tomorrow, Wednesday. We've got one at 1 p.m., one at 8 p.m. Then on Thursday, 1 p.m., this is all Eastern. And then we added one at 8 p.m. on Thursday as well, Eastern, because we had so many requests. Hey, I really want to get there. Can you just add one more session? And so we did, because it was so popular. So, all right, dolls, listen, unless I can't see any of the comments or questions on Facebook. I'm so sorry, Facebook gorgeous peeps. Sorry about that. So if you typed in a question, I can't see it. So I can't help you there. If you missed any portion of this, by all means, head over to YouTube to find us, The Interior Design Advocate, and you can do that. Next week, we're talking about decorating with your significant other. Oh, good. Sandra's going to be joining for the workshop. I'm glad, Sandra. Good. So decorating with your significant other for DIY-ers, you'll want to tune in, and decorating with couples. I'm going to cover that angle as well. So if you're a design professional, be here for that, because there's a way to make you the specialist when designing with couples. And if you are working on your own, you want to know how to work with your spouse, your significant other, to make it all fabulous. All right, guys, listen, I absolutely have to get dashing because I've got a big meeting I've got to zip into in about 10 minutes. I've got a little bit of prep I have to do before I go out live with a lovely client who wants us to design something for them up in Boston, and then also something for them in California. So a lot of ground to cover. All right, guys, I've loved seeing you. I'll see you next week when we're talking about couples design, both from the designer professional perspective as well as the DIY-er perspective. I will see you next week, 4 p.m. Eastern. Bye now. Hi, this is Donna. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment below so I know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the Interior Design Advocates channel so you don't miss any of our great content.